I want to talk about curry real quick because I had a lot of curry when I was in Japan, and Japan is known for their curries. They've got some really good, like, curry and rice. You can even go to a 7-Eleven and you can buy a pretty decent curry. I really love the 7-Elevens in Japan. They have so much more variety, especially from here in Australia. But the food just seemed more premium in some way. I don't know what it was. To put it into perspective, like, our 7-Elevens here are mainly connected to petrol stations. We only really have a 7-Eleven. Like, I only know of a 7-Eleven in the city, and it's like a small 7-Eleven that's not connected to anything, and even then it only sells like donuts and chips. It doesn't sell like full meals. Like, it sells coffee and stuff, but it's probably the size of my games room, not even that. Whereas, like, when you go to a 7-Eleven normally, it's a gas station 7-Eleven. In Japan, obviously 7-Elevens are used for a lot of people, especially going about their day wanting to get a quick meal at the end of their work day, or getting their lunch for, midday. One thing I do like about Japan, especially with Japan, is they have all their food on displays. So when you go to see the restaurant, they always have the display of the food made in a sort of like diorama. And it looks one for one. They obviously get somebody to make it and paint it to make it look like the food. But holy shit if it's not good. It really does get you into that sort of atmosphere of, this is what I'm legit getting. It's not like when you go to McDonald's and you see a burger and then you're like, my burger's not gonna look anything like that. They show the meal, and that's what the meal is when coming out. I didn't have an experience in Japan, even in the second time, where a meal was brought out and it didn't look like the model that appeared on the front of the shop. Again, I tried a lot of different curries. A lot of the ones that I really liked were really creamy. One of these curry places that we went to, which was a beautiful place. This place was called San Marco Curry. I don't know if creamy is the right word, but it was just like, it was melt in your mouth good. They obviously had, like, they've got the beef curry, they've got hash rice. They've got different things. They've obviously got prawns and stuff like that. And the cool thing is they've got like little things that you can put on your curries, as you can see. Like, they've got these, like, you got like chili flakes, you got like bits of egg, you got bits of seaweed you could put on there. You can put little toppings that you can have as you're eating a curry. You can sort of, mix and match them. That was sort of the experience when you went into a curry restaurant. There are a lot of curry restaurants in Japan, so there wasn't really a shortage of me sort of seeing one that I didn't really like. I kind of was not picky, but I wanted to find one that I was like, yeah, that looks like a good place to go. And obviously with health allergies, because I have sesame allergy, I do have to ask those particular questions. And luckily this place didn't deal with sesame oil, so the curry rice that I had was completely sesame free. One of the other curries that I actually had was at this hotel that we went to. We obviously went to Japan for our honeymoon, so we got a lot of amazing food while we were there. And one of the places we did stay, we stayed in like a 4-star hotel. And this curry that I had was the equivalent of what you would say it was 4-star. Though I will say, and again, maybe my palate's completely fucked from nachos, but there were some times where I tried curry from other different places. I would find curries that would taste just as good, maybe not better, but pretty on par with the curries that we had at the 4-star hotel. The places we did go was this gaming bar called the Space Station. I will write around here whether or not it's still open. In Osaka, it's a really famous gaming bar. The cool thing about this bar is all the Famicom cartridges line the bar, so when you come in you can sort of take games out and you can play them. The other cool thing with this particular gaming bar is all the drinks are themed. So you've got like Princess Peach drinks, you've got Donkey Kong drinks. You can pick like a corner booth and you can play Xbox, or you can play Famicom, or you can play Super Nintendo, or they even had a 64. And you sit down and you can just play and you can order drinks. And you can spend your entire night there if you want. It is quite a small and cramped bar. So if you're not really into those small spaces, you probably wouldn't like it. But I will say that for what it is, and the little tuck-in hideaway style place it is, you could tell that it definitely had a share of people that really love to go there. What I really loved too is the atmosphere. Like straight away when you go in, it knew exactly what it was doing. It had the Super Nintendo's out, it had the Famicom's out. The games were just sitting there. They obviously trust people to come in and not steal the games, but it just felt nice that you could have a drink, crack a game, stick it in, and you could get drunk and you could play games at the bar. We ended up playing, I think, Smash Brothers with another couple on like a Donkey Kong style barrel console, which was pretty cool as well. And we ended up getting a booth where we played, I think it was it might have been like an Xbox or a Steam. At that point, I was pretty fucking drunk. But it's really good. The only thing I would say is that it was quite cramped and the stairs are very fucking steep. But I will say that most stairs in Japan are very fucking steep. The gun bar is an experience on itself. 2 menus that they have sitting on the table. One is for drinks and one's for guns.
Oh, that's hot!